Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to jump on here today. I didn't know if I was going to do a video today because my arm got hurt earlier in the week. Lab tech, the vein got inflamed in my left arm, so it's very sore. However, I learned how to do some new stitches this week, along with my parents celebrating their 59th wedding anniversary on June 3rd. And yesterday on my birthday, my parents would have celebrated 60 years together. My parents are still alive. But it is truly amazing to see a couple still married that long. I'm hoping I fixed the notification issue. Please let me know if it didn't get corrected. Is it something I've been fooling with all week, trying to figure it out? I've talked to a cousin. She walked me through it. So hopefully we will get it done and whatnot. So we're hoping they'll be set up. But this project, before we get started, please like and subscribe. And so hopefully you'll get notified with new videos. So today I'm using 100% acrylic yarn. I'm going to use the red, a size 8 hook. And of course, I always have a pair of scissors and my yarn needle. Now, I'm sorry, it's going to be a while before I get other equipment. So you're going to have to put up with this setup of the laptop. So I love the double crochet, but I don't always like the holes that are in there. And like I've always said, when you're learning a new stitch, if you're not understanding or seeing how I'm doing it, you can always rewind my videos and actually get them. So today we're going to learn how to do it. Now with this project, you don't need any perfect set of numbers to make it. You can make it as wide or as long as you want, which I like projects like that because I'm always working on new projects for one thing or another. So for this project, I'm going to make a slip knot just like I always do here. Well, I should say always do. Some projects I use a magic ring, as you have seen in the past. Well, this one uses a slip knot. And we're going to go ahead and chain because I'm just going to do a sample today of this. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do 12 on this one. So we're going to do 12 here. So I chain 12. Now we're not going to go back into this first one. Now, usually when you double crochet, you'd go over and you go through the hole and double over and then do your stitches. So you pull through 2, pull through 2. But we're not going to do that today. We are, but we aren't. So in this project today, we are going to actually go, we can't go into this one, but we're going to go into the next one. So the next chain to our hook, and we're going to go in there. So we're going to go in, we're going to yarn over, pull up a loop. So we have 2 loops on our hook. We're going to go into the next loop there. We're going to yarn over, pull up another loop. So we've got 3 loops on our hook. So we're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now what we're going to have, if you can't quite see it there, is you're going to have a little bar there. And with this bar, you're going to actually start doing your double crochets in that bar. So we are going to go into this bar that we just made. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. So we have 2 loops on our hook. Then we're going to go into the next hole there. We're going to yarn over, pull through. So we have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we are doing a double crochet, but we're linking it so we don't have holes in it. Big gaping holes like we would with a normal double crochet. So I have to look at this so I can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to go through now this bar up here because it'll take a little bit for it to actually show. We're going to yarn over and pull through. So we have 2 loops on our hook. We're going to go into the next loop hole there and pull up a loop. So we have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So each new bar that goes in, we're going to be going into that first. And yeah, it takes a little while for muscle memory to kick in. But once it does, you're going to have a perfect project. And this can make up really fast. So we are going to go into this loop right there, or that hole. We're going to yarn over and pull up the loop. We have 2 loops on our hook. Then we're going to go into the next hole there and pull up a loop. So we'll be back to our 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're going to do that till we get all the way to the end. So then we're just going to go into that next bar we had just made, yarn over, pull up a loop. And I guess see where the hole is there. We're going to go into the next hole, yarn over, pull up a loop. So we're back to the 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And we are going to do that all the way down, just going right through there. And I actually learned this stitch. I'm trying to remember who I learned it from. I think it was Hooked by Robin. I have to double check on that. I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're just going to keep going through each of those bars. And then we'll drop down, do another one through that loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're just going to keep doing it till we get to the very end here. So I hope everybody's enjoying a good day. With it being June now, kids are getting ready to get out of school. I know with Reedsport, this is the last week of school. They get out Thursday. The high schoolers have already gotten out. So and we're going to do the same thing for the last stitch. So this is what it should look like. You see all these little bars that I've went through to make the double stitch. So we are going to turn crochet 3, turn our work. Or sorry, I'm going to do 2 there instead of 3. Turn our work. So no, sorry, it was 3. Sorry, my brain today. So when we get turning, we see we have our 3, 1, 2, 3 holes there. So what we're going to do is go into the next loop next to our crochet hook, and we're going to go through, pull up a loop. We're going to skip this chain right here, and we're going to go into here, and make sure you get both. Make sure you can get 2 of the strands above it because it'll make it stronger. And we're going to go into that one right there. We're going to loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that is going to give you your first bar up here. And you have to sometimes pull this back just a little bit to see right where that bar is, right here. So we're going to go into that bar, under the bar there. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. So we have 2 loops on our hook. Then we're going to go into the next one here on our project. So we have 3. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that's going to give us another bar. And we're just going to keep doing this until we get the desired length we want of our project. So I already went through the second bar, yarned over, pulled up a loop. I'm going to go down here, go through the hole, yarn over, pull up a loop. There's 3, pull through 2, pull through 2. And each time you go through that loop and yarn over and pull through, that's going to give you 2 loops. But you got to remember, one's up above and one's down below on your project. So I'm going to finish this row here of just crocheting through this so you can see what this should look like when you are done with your project. And every time you go to turn, always make sure you chain 3 when you do it. And yes, I apologize. I try to show you as close as I can. I might start doing some videos that require close-up work using my phone where you don't see my face, just because that way you can see the project better. So there we go. And it's okay if there's a little indent on the side here. That's going to happen with this kind of project. I try to flatten them as much as I can. Doesn't always work, but I try. So we're going to chain 3. We're going to turn our work, and I'll do one more row with you guys. So we're going to go into this first loop right here next to our chain. And then we're going to go down here and pull up a loop. So we have 3. And every time they're going to be a little twisted, so you're going to want to be careful as you go. You're going to have to pull that apart to find that bar, and make sure you go through that bar every time with this project. And once you get the first couple bars done, it's pretty easy. So I just went through that bar and yarned over, pulled up the loop, going down below to the project, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And it's just easy, repetitive work. And yeah, it makes your brain kind of go, what the heck? But this can actually come up to being a nice project and an easy project. If you want to whip up a scarf, or you decide you want to do a blanket, this project is very quick and easy. With me, I do so much crocheting a day because of the arthritis. No, I do not have RA. I have osteoarthritis. So we're going to be on our last, I think that's our last one. So go through the bar, go down here to this. So then with this, I'm going to go ahead and cut up my yarn right there. So you see you got the one side there, and then you've got this side that shows you the bars that goes right across that you're stitching through. This side will have some bars, and this side will have the other bars for it. You always want to sew in your ends when you're done with any project. That way it looks a lot cleaner and not sloppy with this. And as you know, I like my yarn, different size yarn needles, especially with bad eyes. I actually prefer the bigger needles with this kind of yarn so I can actually see where I'm stitching in. Now with this kind of a project, I'm trying to stitch in between the yarn. So this way it hides this a little bit better. And it may not always be easy to do, but hey, if I get it in there a little bit, I'm happy. I've done my job. But you want to make sure too, people, if you're doing this for a present for somebody, you want to make sure that they can't see those little stripes in there or where you've sewn in your ends. And like the other day when I was making some starfish, I did lightly iron them. I have a mix one on my iron, and so I only put about maybe 3 to 4 seconds on them and flattened out a bunch of my bookmarkers. They're going to my ex for the kids for the end of the school year. So there you go. The ends are sewn in. It's okay if this is not perfect, because anytime you twist and do double crochet, it does that. But you see, with this project, it's more dense, a little heavier feeling, but you don't have the big holes that you would normally have with a double crochet. So it makes this project very, very easily to do. So let me know if there's a certain stitch you'd like to learn, or would like to do just a live feed of asking questions about where I live, what I do, any of that. Since I am I can give some information as a healthcare worker, in-home healthcare worker. So until next time, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Have a beautiful week and talk to you later. Goodbye.